Hello, CK/Queen McDonald here, bringing you the next in the 3 in 3 series, where I tell you 3 quite interesting facts about one of my books in 3 minutes. And because Relight My Fire, book 4 of the Stranger Times series, is coming out on January 25th, we're doing the 3 preceding books in the Stranger Times series. The next one that's up is this one, This Charming Man, book 2 in the series. You might think, that's not This Charming Man. It is. It's the, I believe, Czech version. I love this cover. I mean, it's it's pretty incredible. That's sort of taking a scene from early in the book, and this isn't one of the 3 facts. I just wanted you to know that this was out there and exists, and I, for one, am delighted about it. But without further ado, let's crack on with the proper 3 facts. I'm starting the timer now. Fact number 1. Weirdly, kind of relates to the translations, because we're looking enough to be translated into several different languages, and there's a thing at the start of the book. Basically, in the Stranger Times book, when I came up with the idea of Bancroft, I loved him, but he was the kind of character that made sense. He'd be effing and jeffing, swearing left, right and centre, and I didn't want him to be doing that. So I came up with a reason in the first book as to why he wasn't allowed to swear in the office. Right? And then in the second book, I came up with the funny idea of him having a board where he's revealing various swear words and referring to them by number. Right? And I just thought it was a fun little thing to do in the first couple of chapters. Here's something I'd never thought of. In translation, that was a nightmare for the translators. Because I was like having like 3 head and, 4 hole, whatever, something like that. And they, of course, didn't have the same swear words in their language. I only realised this when Andre, our brilliant German translator, when I met him in Germany, was telling me how it was difficult because, to quote him, we don't have as many swear words as you do. So I apologise to all of my translators for that. That's fact number 1. Fact number 2, very rarely in this book, I've never done it before, is I've actually sort of knowingly kind of based the character on a real person. That character is Cogs. He's basically my homage to the late great Ian Cognito, who was a stand-up comedian who I knew from the circuit, an incredible performer who tragically died on stage a few years ago. But an amazing man. To be honest with you, I don't watch much stand-up on TV, and I don't go and see it in arenas and stuff. And the reason for that is, as a former stand-up, I know it's just much better in the room and in an actual room and not in a big, massive space. And Ian Cognito, seeing him live, working with him, was incredible. I remember early in my career being mesmerised by the man. So the character of Cogs is a tribute to him, and I actually sent a copy of the book to his 2 sons quite late in the process, and oh God, I was very, very nervous. Forget about reviews. That was something I was terrified about doing, but thankfully the 2 sons immediately saw it was a genuinely warm tribute to their father, and they said they got a really good kick out of it. So I was delighted for that. So Ian Cognito, rest in anger. He's not a peaceful man. Never wants to be. Third thing, finally, sort of a geography thing. Speaking of Cogs, there's like various things in the book. People are always asking about what's real parts of Manchester, like where Cogs's boat is in the book on the canal. That's all real. There's various different things, but some parts I had to make up. There's a hotel in this book that's entirely made up because I had to for what happens in the hotel. Similarly, in the first book, there's a building that somebody jumps off without giving anything away. That building was made up, but it's in the car park opposite the building. A real building is referred to that myself and my Wonder Wife lived in for the first time we were in Manchester. There's loads of different things like that. Mealy Street, for example, where the Stranger Times office is, that doesn't exist. It's named after the great Phil Mealy, who's a good friend of mine. He's hosting the Manchester event we're doing, actually, funny enough, on January 25th. He's a Manchester legend who's a great comedic writer, performer, and wonderful human being. So anyway, that's 3 in 3 on This Charming Man. I hope you found that enjoyable, and we'll see you for the next one, which we're completing the opening trilogy. Bye-bye.